Hey guys, welcome back to the final installment of this series of videos on how to build the gmail.com landing page. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for following along the last 7 days. If you haven't, don't forget to check out the other 6 videos that we've done as part of this mini project in our playlist. The link to the playlist is in the description below. By the end of this, you'll have a great mini project to put on your resume. All right, it's very impressive if you think about it from the perspective of an interviewer. When they look at somebody with a portfolio like this, if a student comes with 4 or 5 of such projects, it adds a lot of weightage to your resume, to your candidature as a whole. So go ahead, every video that we've done, we picked up one specific part and we wrote code for it. So go ahead, check that out. Make sure you code along with us. If you haven't signed up for the Edis Webmaster Bootcamp, please go ahead and do so. The link to signing up is in the description below. I'm there on the Edis chat most of the time. I have a set of mentors who are more than happy to talk to you students to help you out in case you get stuck while trying to implement this. So come over to the Edis Webmaster Bootcamp, say hi on the chat, and we'll be happy to help you out there. The code for this entire project is also available in the Webmaster Bootcamp. In this video, we're going to wrap everything up. So far, we've ended up designing a beautiful landing page, but unfortunately, there's no way for anyone to actually see it because it's on your laptop, it's not on the internet. So in this video, we'll take a look at how to deploy your website to something like Netlify, okay, which is static file hosting website. When you deploy your landing page to Netlify, it's going to give you a URL, and then you can share that URL to your family, friends. You can put it on your resume, and when people go to that URL, they'll be able to visit your website. All right, so this is the final part. It all comes together in this video. Hope you've enjoyed coding along with us, and I'm excited to see what kind of websites you guys make. So do reach out to us either in the comment section here or when you sign up for the Edis Webmaster Bootcamp. All right, let me show you how to deploy your website to Netlify. Right, guys. Now that we have done all of this, okay, I just want to leave you guys with one last thing. Whatever it is that you do, and see, part of our landing page is still incomplete, okay, and I'll leave that as an exercise for you, especially when you deal with these media queries, responsive, media queries. What you want to do is you want to get as close to this as possible, and then I want you to deploy your website. Okay, I want you to kind of share your code with the rest of the world. Okay, the simplest way that I know how to do this is to go to Netlify. Okay, so go to this app, netlify.drop. And then what you want to do is just open up your file browser. Okay, and literally it's as simple as just taking this and dropping it here. Okay, it's literally as simple as that. So let's say we drop this folder. Okay, just go to this website, app.netlify.com/drop. So there's an issue with my ad blocker. Make sure you don't have any ad blockers running when you do this. One thing I wanted to do is rename your folder, okay, to dist, okay, or public, or any one of those, dist, public, any one of those is fine, and then drag and drop it here. Okay, Netlify is going to take this this code that you just gave it, okay, and it's going to give you a URL, okay, and when you click on that URL, there you go. That's your website, guys. That's what we stuck around to build today, right? And if you watch it on mobile, again, we optimize it for mobile. There's a lot of responsive queries that you have to write to get it to look nice on desktop. But on mobile, notice that I'm actually going on this page here, okay? And it's on the internet, okay? It's on the internet, and anytime that you want to update, I mean, ideally you have to make an account and everything on Netlify, okay? You have to sign up, and then when you sign up, it's going to kind of give this to you, Okay, you will own that URL now. And then the next time that you want to do something like that, just drag and drop again. It's as simple as that. Okay. Um, so you made some changes, you're happy with how it looks locally. Drag and drop the entire folder into Netlify, and Netlify will make a website out of it for you. Okay. Uh, so I hope that is something that you guys will do today. Okay, app.netlify.com. Go there, drop in your folder, and it's going to deploy the website for you. That's pretty much it from my side. Okay, there are a few things that I wish I could have gone into a little more detail, especially when it comes to this responsive web design. Um, if you guys are interested, I'll do another follow up to this. Okay, just to kind of clean up the responsive part of the code. Okay, because right now I think that is probably the most confusing part of this entire webinar, this media query and stuff. So probably sometime next. Yeah, Geeta, you'll get the recorded video. Yeah, yes, Sakshi, I'll provide the updated code pen link. Don't worry about it. Yeah, but if you guys are interested, then I'm going to go ahead and do another one of these. But again, depends on whether you want a more detailed breakdown of how to do responsive web design. I will share the video and I will definitely share the code. My only request to you, and that's the only thing I can do, right? I can only request you guys is not to copy it. Okay. I mean, even if you do, it's not like I'll come chasing after you or I'll run some plagiarism checker. I mean, I have better things to do with my time. But don't copy it, because the minute you copy someone else's work and pass it off as your own, you will guarantee that you will never remember those concepts. Okay. And that to me is the saddest thing that can happen. Uh, since you've already put in so much time, so much effort, use the code that I give you as a reference. Okay. Don't use it as, don't go and show it to people and say that, hey, this is my project. Okay, that is not fair, first of all. Secondly, the minute you do that, you have guaranteed that you will not learn these concepts. Okay, that's just how our minds work. Okay, all of this effort that you've put into learning, listening, following through, doing some practice on your own will go to waste if you do these things. Okay, if you just copy paste the code and if you don't try to understand what's going on inside the code itself. Okay, so with that, I will make sure that all of this is available to you. Just have to just come back to the Edis platform, say tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening. The recorded sessions will be available then, including the updated code pen. Okay, I just wanted to clean up a few classes so that you don't have to look at. I mean, I just wanted to arrange my CSS a little better so that you can follow it when you're looking at it at home. Okay, Sai is asking, may I know when backend will be used in websites? Are you talking about the series of webinars that we do? Are you asking for the webinars when we'll do a backend webinar? Or is it like a more general question? I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Sai, can you repeat your question again, please? Okay, so I don't know if you're talking about your own personal project or the projects that we do at Edis, but the general idea is you try and get the look and feel of a website right. Okay, so the way I work is, suppose if I had to make a clone of Twitter, okay, then I'll take the 2 or 3 most important pages of Twitter and I'll go ahead and I'll design it using simple HTML and CSS. Okay, just get the buttons right, get the colors right, get the spacing correct. And once I'm able to do that, then I start thinking about how to add a backend. Okay, Sakshi, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much. It does take a lot of effort from my side to come up with these webinars, but you'll be happy to know that I'm planning to do this once every week. Okay, a lot of it will be for the students of the bootcamp itself, but we will do a couple of free webinars every month. Um, but yeah, going forward, I want to do a lot more of these webinars where um, I generally want to show you how it is that a software developer builds websites. Okay, I don't want to give you a demo. in the sense that, oh, hey, do these three things, do these three things. It's not meant to be an instruction. I just want to kind of, help you see that, oh, okay, if I am a software developer with 2 years of experience, this is how I'll write my code, write my nav bar, write my, choose the colors, make it responsive, etc. So yeah, going forward, we want to do a lot more of these webinars every month. Nani is asking, sir, any suggestions for deploying websites with a backend? So if you want, if you want to deploy stuff, it really depends on what kind of an application you have here. Um, Sometimes you can get away with using something like Firebase. Okay, it's a very very simple key value store. Um, you don't really need to pay for any hosting. Okay, all of this will come for free. The second thing you can do is you can look at Heroku. Okay, Heroku is my personal favorite. So you can take a look at Heroku. You can take a look at Firebase for like database hosting, okay, and for any Node.js projects. AWS, okay, is what a lot of companies use internally. All right. So while Firebase is on all is good, but I don't know of a lot of companies who use it in production. So if you but that's just me. So if you join a company, mostly a lot of their servers will be on AWS. Okay, so you can sign up for AWS as a student. Okay, since you guys are all students, I'm assuming. If you don't have an AWS account, you can get on their free tier. Okay, so for a year, I think they let you use AWS servers for free. So you can probably host it on like an EC2 instance over there. But take a look at Heroku. Heroku for me is like stupidly simple. Okay, you can just, if you want to spin up a database, you just have to go like free Postgres database. If you want to run a Python backend, you can you can do that in Heroku. Node.js, Python, whatever, Java, you can run all of that over there. And the best part about Heroku is it's already synced with your GitHub. Okay, so if you write your backend code and you connect your GitHub repository to Heroku, then the minute you make changes to your GitHub, your backend automatically gets rebuilt and everything. Okay, uh, so that I think is pretty amazing. So you can take a look at some of those things. Okay, so Sai is asking, can I know how I should start to learn backend? I mean, from where to start? So to me, it will depend on what language you know. If you already know Python, Flask is a very very good framework to start with. Okay, it's really simple. Okay, like the hello world. Okay, if you wanted to run a Flask server that just says hello world, okay, that is ridiculously simple. Okay, so I would suggest that you could look into Flask. Second thing, you could, I mean, if you have some experience with JavaScript, a lot of people don't have, especially students don't have, which is why I don't recommend. If you have some experience with JavaScript, you can look at Express. Okay, Sakshi is asking, can you conduct a workshop with database? Yeah, sure. I'll keep that in mind. Do you have some suggestions for good apps that we can build? Because frankly, I'm kind of running out. I think the only thing I haven't done is Twitter. We've done something from LinkedIn. We've done something from Instagram. We've done something from Medium. These are all projects in the actual web bootcamp as well. Okay. Uh, Netflix we've already done. It's there on the YouTube webinar. Uh, Snapchat would be fun, right? Yeah, I think you guys would enjoy it. Maybe something like Netflix or Snapchat probably. Yeah. So yeah, we can do all of that as well. So thank you for your suggestions. Since you're already on the Edis platform, go ahead, check out a few exercises that we have. The playground module, some of it might be too basic for you guys, but again, something is better than nothing, right? So for those of you who are just starting out with HTML and CSS and JavaScript, go through the videos that we have on the playground, go through some of the projects that we have on the playground. You can get a lot of value out of that. Just by following along with the video, the code is also given. Most mini projects that we have. And then, of course, there's a full-fledged boot camp, right, where we teach you from the very basics, front end, back end, databases, Linux, and so on. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for my side today. I hope you guys had a productive day. Okay, that's the only thing I'm concerned about. I know I had a lot of fun building this. Okay, I had a lot of fun doing this with you guys. What will be really nice is if you end up building this. Okay, can you please share your submissions with me? Okay, that would be really, really nice validation that the webinars are going well. You guys are able to follow along. You guys are also able to build something out of this. Yeah, Vinay, I'll update the code pen with the latest code sometime in the evening. All right, I just want to clean up some HTML, CSS in there, and then I'll update it. All right, I don't want you to get confused because I think I rushed through the last part, the responsive web design part. So, oh, okay. So you can just share with me at team@edis.com. You can write an email, or actually, I'll just show you. So, you know how you can go onto edis.com, right? This is where you were when you joined the classes, right? So, you can go ahead and, yeah, so you can go into edis.com itself and chat with me there. Okay. I'm much more responsive on the chat than I am for emails. But yeah, so you can go here, you can search for my name. My name is Abhinandan, by the way. So again, I can't see myself obviously, but you should be able to see me in the mentors list. So if you go into Webmaster Bootcamp, you'll be able to see me here in the mentors section, right? So go ahead, try the playground here. Look at a few of these Webmaster mini projects. Do a few of the Linux exercises. A lot of you are on Windows, but the companies that you will get hired into will all be using Linux, at least most of them. All right, so it always pays to have some experience with Linux. So go ahead, try out a few of these exercises, and yeah, see you guys in the next webinar. Any questions, guys? Please come on edis.com. Please use the chat and talk to me. All right, I'm more than happy to talk to you about web development in general. Okay, it doesn't have to be about the bootcamp. You had some other questions like, hey, how do I start preparing, or whatever. Like, I can understand, not all questions you want to share here. You can come and ping me on the bootcamp. Be happy to help. Right? I hope you had a good time. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. We're one step closer to putting a beautiful web mini project on our resume. So I hope you're excited. I hope you're coding along with us. If you haven't signed up for the Edis Webmaster Bootcamp, the link is in the description below. Go ahead, sign up. The code for this entire project is available over there. You'll also get to chat with me and my team of mentors when you sign up for a free module. So go ahead, sign up, come say hi on the chat. We'll be more than happy to help you with this project, or if you wanted to talk about web development in general, if you wanted some career advice. That being said, if you like the video, if you like the kind of videos that we're doing, if you like the kind of workshop that we conduct, don't forget to like this video, guys. Share it amongst your friends, spread the word, tell people about what we're doing, and finally subscribe to our channel. Click on the notifications icon as well so that you'll get notified every time we do another of these series of videos, every time a new video is released. Hope you've had fun today, guys. I'll see you all in the next video.